decided to do my learning center on measurements and geometry, specifically on polygons, triangles, and quadrilaterals. So it's basically getting students to recognize what makes something a polygon, what makes something a triangle, and what makes something a quadrilateral. So for my different activities, I wanted to make sure all my activities encompass different learning types. So I'm going to move over here. So for my first activity, I have the little foam blocks. So what I'd have them do is okay, so there's a little magic hat. You're going to pull two out, and whichever ones you get, you're going to get your geo board. And with the rubber bands, you're going to try to recreate the little blocks that you got onto your geoboard. So it's kind of an introduction to the lesson. They don't really know what it is yet, but it's getting them trying to test it out, trying to see how much space they can cover. And then once they do that, this is also a way for me to keep record. I have a little geoboard recording sheet so that they draw what they did too, so that I have proof that they did it. So that's for the first activity. And I wanted to keep the things where they belong, not in the front so they don't get scattered. For the second activity, so now we're going to start small and start working our way up bigger. So I created a little thing where help geometric figures get to their correct homes. So I created a little chart for them, and for this one I have cutouts of the different shapes and the glue stick. So what they have to do is they have to match up the little shapes and paste them onto this worksheet. So that, and then down here it's this is the polygon family. Polygons are anything with three or more lines that are interconnected. Triangle family is 3, and the quadrilateral is squares and your rhombus and your rectangles. So this gets them to think about the different types of quadrilaterals, triangles, and triangles. So there's pentagons, hexagons, octagons, isosceles, squares, parallelograms, and everything like that. So they're starting to learn what makes each one fall into each category. So then again, they would put their worksheet in here, and then they'd get this to paste on. For the third one, this was more, I wanted to do it for the people who like to read, and they understand more when they see it and they read it and they can do vocab. So I had a crossword in here, and it ties off with this. So they're looking for a word what is a shape that has 4 equal angles. So then they could do a crossword. So now it's they're reading it, they're writing it, they've already had practice with how it looks like, what category it falls into. And as extra, I also have a crossword, just so they're learning the vocabulary and it's sticking with them. For activity 4, we're going to go back to the geoboard, but this time I have dice. And instead of the 1 and 2, because those aren't what make polygons, I put 7 and 8. So they're going to roll 2 dice. Whichever number they come out with, that's the shape they're going to try to make on the geoboard with the rubber band. And again, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to draw what they did. For this one I rolled 8, so I had to make an octagon. For this one I rolled 5, so I had to make a pentagon. And now they're learning how many sides make up this thing. For my last activity, I kind of wanted them to have fun. This is more for the people who like doing arts and crafts. I have the little tiles here, and this is the little worksheet. So on this little worksheet, they're going to lay it down on the table, and they're going to try to make a little mosaic with these, connecting them. And then on the bottom, the questions ask how many polygons did you use? How many triangles did you use? What are the different types of quadrilaterals that you use? Because they should know now what different types there are. So each one kind of builds off itself, and on the side, I created pictures. I took pictures of me doing the activities, so they have a visual representation. Because I know for me, once I see how someone else did it, I'm okay, that's the correct way to do it. And it has the steps in here. For help, it's basically raising your hand, asking a partner, and for proof, it was just all the little worksheets. And then for the mosaic, I have to come and take a picture of it so that I can paste it on for them, and we could put it up on the wall. And this is for 3rd grade.